Good afternoon. Welcome to Options Tender. Once again, I apologize on vacation, so these videos are going to be just a little bit shorter. There's not a whole lot to look at, but we'll skim through these indicators and not all of them, but the biggest one today, our biggest takeaway is once again going to be the VIX. So this VIX is at a daily cycle low, and it has a daily cycle low timing coming in today, and we want to take a look at that. So make sure you stick around, and we're doing this video intraday about 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'm actually in Central right now, so if you want to get these videos intraday, consider becoming a YouTube supporter. It's 99 cents. Comes with the Discord. We have some great things going on in the Discord. We're discussing things. We're seeing what different points of views. We have the brand new Cheddar data, the Cheddar flow data in the Discord, so you can see some of those trades. If you're long, you want to compare it to some of the flow, the options flow that's going through. Feel free. It all comes with the Discord and the trade alerts. I put on. I added some puts on today. I did have some OTDs, and that's not playing out. Unfortunately, but I could see certainly a bullish aspect to this. We had a triangle, an equilibrium, tight price action, and we broke out from that today. So let's check that all out. All right. So we have SPX on the daily time frame. Something that we made, we talked about in the members video yesterday, was a 3-method setup. So we had some bearish technicals broken down, right? So that still stands, of course, until we close above. But on a 3-method, just give you a gist of it. There's supposed to be 5 candles, 1 big bearish candle, 3 inside day candles, and 1 large outside candle. All right, that closes below this one. But, you say, hey, there's like 6 days in here. All right, well, setups happen on different time frames. And here you go. You change this 2-day. Guess what? Now it's going to take a second, of course. I don't have the greatest internet here, the Wi-Fi, so bear with me. Okay, just had to pause it for a second and check this out. Okay, here's your 3-method setup. You have the bearish candle. You have 3 bullish candles pushing up here. I know that one's red, but this is a bullish move. I think it's a bear flag at this point until unconfirmed, obviously. And then we're looking for another red candle coming down here and closing underneath that. That's a bearish setup. That would be a reversal pattern. Now, these are 2-day candles, okay? We have 2, 4, 6 days in here. Now, this other candle, let's just be real. It can be 2 days if we're doing this setup on the 2-day. So it doesn't necessarily have to happen tomorrow. Could happen into Wednesday if this setup is going to perform. Okay, so let's just get back. And we have might have to pause it again. All right, this is going to be fun. So here's your naked look here. That's the candle setup we're talking about. We have our, let's put on our traditional look. And there's your wedge breakdown. All right, you have your wedge that formed up here, got really tight price action and broke down. That's what gave us our big bearish technical breakdown, came into support here. As talked about, this next move, we're looking at support down here at the 635, 6350, excuse me, 635 on SPY, and ultimately this support area from 6200 down to 6150. All right, so we'll be looking for this zone eventually, and I would like to see if this is going to happen into a 5-wave move. Now, you have to go back to the older videos. I'll post a couple of them. I'll attach a couple of those. to see exactly what this whole process would look like. I gave that whole schematic and why these levels are so important. Whether you're bullish or bearish, I think this is going to play out. Okay, so all of these indicators, not much to show here. I know we're getting a push up. Okay, we're getting a push up here. Breadth is starting to get a little bit better. We're right near that bull bear line here. So let's see what happens after this. So again, I'm looking at this as an ABC. I have a little ABC here. Let's see if we get pushed down from this point. All right, looking at the option center setup, we got that crossover here on the slow stochastic. So we're pushing up. Our bearish momentum still headed lower. Had that oversold situation. We're getting a bounce. We're back almost up to an overbought. But if you're in a bearish trend, we're pretty much in that zone already once you get to 60. Now, this will be looking for that to roll over. We're already down here. So when this rolls over, the slow stochastic, that will be a good sign that the trend continues to the downside unless we get a bull cross here on the MACD. All right, and just we're back above these moving averages. It's not, I can't argue that's bullish, right? That's bullish pushing up. 8 EMA 20 so far moving sideways. So really that's just a corrective move is how I'm looking at it. But I totally get it. If you're playing off of this, that's a bullish setup here. We had consolidation and we're breaking out from that range. Let's see how this ends up. All right, nothing to really look here. Let's go over to VIX. Super important. This is what we've been looking for. Again, I might have to pause it. All right, so super important again. Once again, the VIX here, we had our move higher. We had this price consolidation, got really tight, moved out of it, rejected off of some of these resistances, want support. Now we're looking at support once again, right into our daily cycle. Ideal low is today. All right, there's no coincidence here. And guess what? Our moving averages, we're fighting. Let's see how we close. But with that 200 moving average, this clearly spikes through different things. The moving averages can close above, just like this example here. But it's considered breaking down from a gap down and close lower from that 200. So this can obviously close right here and then gap above it starting tomorrow. And then I do suspect that we'll get up to this 35 and even possibly all the way up to, I know it sounds crazy, up to this 55 range up here. All right. Now I'm sure there's another resistance somewhere around this point. We did get a rejection around 45. So let me go ahead and add that in there. About 45 just from this wick here. And this holding on as support, resistance at that close, support, and then resistance from this green one as well. So 45 might be the spot too. Okay. Again, we have this dominant cycle low, and we'll start in that rising phase once again. All right. So that's the most important thing I wanted to show. Let's see if I can get over to show the bear flags on the lower time frame. Okay, here's your bear flag point of view here. There's a couple ways you can do it. You can do it from the lows over here to the lows here, and then get more of the high to high. I like all the touches that are on this one, and we're possibly rejecting right at this point here. There's also the 887 Fibonacci retracement there we're looking at. And the options expected move is about 200 points to the downside or upside here, which takes us down to the approximately 64.50. And then let me show you the other bear flag point of view on NDX. All right, here's your other look here. That's I have the daily board on here. It does line up very well. If you do analog, it's just back testing once again. on there. So let's go ahead and go down to this time frame here, and we're looking at, I do believe I drew it on there. You can draw, probably just taking its time loading. Yeah, so you can clearly see there's a top here, a good trend line right there that's possible for a top here, and forming a double top with that. If it does reverse from here, even if it goes a little higher to make an all-time high, that's still going to be a double top there. And if it keeps riding this line up there. All right, so you can draw that as a channel. Works out great with these bottoms here. So that's our bear flag. That's what I got to show you guys. I'm going to leave it at that so we don't have to painfully get to this video anymore, and we'll see where we go from this point. VIX daily cycle ideal low today.